look, if you're not serious, don't try it.
Okay, that's fair.
Don't try it. It's like you can't halfway swim across the ocean. Either you're going to commit to it or you're not.
Right.
And this is how I look at the PC program. You got to be fully committed. If you're going to jump in, jump in.
So I'm Brittany Giles. I am the tech ambassador here at Keller Williams of Central PA. You may have met Tammy before in some of our previous interviews, but I am actually going to talk to her today a little bit about our productivity coaching program. So Tammy, welcome.
Thank you, Brittany. Thank you for having me.
Of course. So Tammy, let's start with some basic questions. When did you get into real estate?
Well, Brittany, I got into real estate quite a few years ago, and when I initially entered, I was a single mom. Was really excited about starting my own business,
Right.
but life had some other plans, so I went back to corporate America. But I'm back now, and I've been seriously pursuing real estate for probably the last year, well, minus COVID.
Right, take COVID out.
But seriously, since about January, February of this year, been really into it. So.
Well, awesome. And I've been seeing you work. You're here almost every day. You're plugging away, whether you have to plug in through Zoom. You have kids. That's why we have that ability now. I think that's the silver lining of COVID.
Yeah.
But we definitely see an increase in your business. So congratulations on
Thank
that.
you.
You're welcome. What is your big why? So you said, the last year or so, minus COVID, you really started focusing on your business. What drives you every day?
Well, my big why, I would say, is probably the two-part. So again, as a single mom, is to create financial freedom and allowing flexibility to be home and
Right.
be present with my children. But the other is to increase home ownership in underrepresented and underserved and
I've heard your why before. I pay attention.
You know my big why. Thank you. And actually, someone else on Facebook just did that, repeated my big why. So yeah, my big why is to increase home ownership in underserved and underrepresented communities. And that's been my complete driver in everything that I do, from the time I wake up to the time I go to bed.
I love it. I've been following it. I think what you're doing is great.
Thank you.
So I should say thank you for doing that, because I think it's really important. So I want to get a little bit more vulnerable. So I mentioned that you're part of our productivity coaching program, also known as PC for short. And I want you to pretend that you're talking to a family member, a family member that you actually like, and the family member that you're going to be vulnerable with. You're going to tell them the real truth, the nitty-gritty details.
Yeah.
So what is something, if you were to tell them a story about Keller Williams of Central PA and the PC program, what's something that you would tell them?
I would say you want to sign up if you're serious about growing your business and about being a high level and high service real estate agent. One of the things that, there's no denying it, it's high accountability. So if you're not ready to get down and dirty and have someone, either pushing you towards your dreams or pushing you away from distractions, you probably don't want to link yourself up to this. But if you're ready to soar, it's definitely a group that you want to link yourself with. The conversations, the interactions, the accountability, it's endless to how they pour into you. I would tell a family member, look, if you're not serious, don't try it.
Okay, that's fair.
Don't try it. It's like you can't halfway swim across the ocean. Either you're going to commit to it or you're not.
Right.
And this is how I look at the PC program. You got to be fully committed. If you're going to jump in, jump in.
I love that. Yeah. And Julie, who's in charge of the PC program,
I just love her.
She is so full of energy. But one thing I've always respected is her scripting.
Oh my God. So yeah. Day one, the time she jumped into the program, it was like, are you ready to script? And I was the first person, because to me, I'd rather practice in private with my coach than to be out and fumble on a client. So she allows us that opportunity. And we create scenarios that, are real life situations that we come up with or that we run into day in and day out. Mm-hmm. So she gives us an opportunity to overcome them in a safe setting, asking all the questions, and she gives us all of the tools to be able to overcome them.
I love that. And one thing is oftentimes you have the knowledge. You know what you want to say.
Oh, yeah.
But in order for it to be well received, there's an art of how to say it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And I tell Julie this all the time. Julie has taught me to slow down. So I'm a natural, get straight to it, cut the chase kind of person in real life. But when I'm dealing with clients, Julie has explained to me that we have to go at the pace of our clients, stop and ask the questions. There's nothing that you can assume in any type of interaction, especially with clients. And she's taught me, just to slow down. There's a script where we ask all of the W's. So, the whys, the who's, the where's, for instance, we ask our clients all of the time, why would you sell? Why are you looking to sell? Who is important to you in this transaction? All of the questions that we may take for granted, but she slows us down and has us walk through them each individually.
I love that. Because there's so much there that you might be able to help them better if you better understand them.
Yeah, slow down.
That's a great tip. So same family member that you're telling the nitty gritty to, what would you say about the leadership team here at KW Central PA?
I would say the leadership is phenomenal. I mean, anywhere from Kevin Anderson that I can text at any point in time to ask any question about, down to, not that you're the boss.
Oh, no, you're okay.
But you guys are so accessible and you take the time to hear us out. I've called Julie 8 o'clock at night and say, hey, this deal is about to fall through.
Oh, no.
Can you tell me what to say? And she's talked me through a tough situation. I've run into situations where I had to call Anthony and say, hey, I don't know how to word this contract appropriately, and this is what I need to get out of this. And the fact that we're in a productivity coach, it's never a judgment. It's not like, no one's going to come to you and say, hey, I thought you learned this. You've been in this quite a while. It's always very well received. They're very patient. They're very, they guide you.
I love it. You're fine. I get it. No, that's perfect. So same thing, if that same family member asked you why you love your career, what would you tell them?
I would say I love my career because it gives me the opportunity to be a present mom while making, making money. That's why we all, it's not a job. So going into real estate is never going to be a job for me. It's a career, it's a service. So I get to help people every day, day in and day out. I love what I do because I get, to create home ownership, and home ownership is the corner of wealth, and this is what I'm teaching my children, this is what I'm teaching my community, this is what's taught to my clients. So, and hopefully it continues throughout their family and their community. So that's what I love out of everything that I do.
I love it. Julie told me that you've actually been getting up earlier now too.
So this is the accountability part of this. And it's really, if you're not committed, don't do it. So I complained to her that I don't feel as though I'm being very effective with my time management. So she has this big idea of mind share and putting everything into your calendar. Don't rely on any type of, my mind, it's too full with day in and day out activities. So she has helped me institute a schedule to where I am waking up earlier, but I'm able to go to bed earlier because I'm making my time more effective during a specified time period.
Right.
Especially with COVID, I used to allow everything. I used to be at 1 o'clock in the morning writing contracts.
Oh my goodness.
And my mind and my body said, nope, that's not going to work for us. So, almost immediately upon when Julie came in, that was the first thing that we attacked was having proven and repeatable systems. And that includes having a schedule and having, time blocking.
And you do lead gen time, right?
What we do, so I'll give you a sample day.
That'd be perfect. Yes.
So a typical day would be we hit the phones. Well, actually, because I wake up early. So a typical day would be for me, I hit Clubhouse. So there's a group called Real Estate Early Birds on Clubhouse. So that meets from 6:30 to 7 a.m. And then there's a James Shaw call that it's about 250 national KW agents, and we get on and we share tips and tools from anywhere from the MREA book to other literature that Gary Keller and other leadership have written. So that's 7:30 to about 8:20. And then I jump on a scripting call from 8:20 to 9. So that's filled with another agent. So the scripting is very helpful. So we do it as a group. And then at one point we are separating. We go into little breakout rooms where we're able to try the scripting with each other. So that's 8:20 to 9. And then I'm jumping on with our PC group from 9:30 to 10:30. For scripting. So basically my day is from 6:30 to 10:30 is full of scripting and training.
I love it. I love it. And do you feel like that's helped your business grow?
Tremendously, because it gives me a focus. And after that, then I will do any type of follow-up calls, and evenings are for showings and appointments. So it's definitely given me focus. It's a proven and repeatable system to where I know what I'm doing day in and day out. My clients know my schedule, so they know when I'm available and when I'm not. So it's very helpful and able to, give me something to look forward to at a specific time and a specific focus.
I love that. And that's something that my husband and I follow too, is we get up early, we have like our focus time, and it's amazing how that can set your whole day up then for success.
Oh, for sure. So we always start at, let me explain.
She's like, I've got more good news.
So Julie always starts our call out with a positive focus, and we all go around and share. And sometimes it's just that I got to go grab a donut for that day and we all crack up, but it's just the energy. She's really big on energy, really big on positivity. So we laugh, we chat, we encourage one another. Those calls from 9:30 to 10:30 are really about empowerment and education, and it's just phenomenal. And then after that, it's on to the races. So if you haven't, you gotta be warm-blooded. I mean, if you're not warm-blooded, you're not inspired. Those calls are phenomenal.
I love that. Well, thank you so much for sharing
taking
the time to be here today. We're taking up your appointment time slot. So thank you again.
Well, this will be my positive focus on tomorrow's call, that I got an opportunity to talk with you about the PC program. So thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And thank you for watching.